Welcome to Farm Charm Chic. I'm Emily. In today's episode, I am making stars and stripe decor. Today, we are getting ready for those patriotic holidays that are right around the corner. Let's jazz up our space with some beautiful red, white, and blue, and let's do it on a budget. Each of these items today are DIYs. Each cost less than $5 to make. If you like crafting, DIYs, dupes, hacks, thrift flips, or just creating or decorating in general, I would love if you would consider subscribing, but let's go make some DIYs. I love these red and blue little votive jars from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use the red one because I have this really cute ribbon that came from Joann's. You could easily use whatever ribbon you have on hand. You wouldn't have to use ribbon. Dollar Tree also has some really cute 4th of July ribbon right now, but I thought this was really cute to contrast with those cute little stars. I'm going to make the topper for my tiered tray out of this, so I'm just using some hot glue to wrap this ribbon around, and I will fold over the edge so I don't have any raw edges, and then just use some hot glue. It kind of stuck to my table a little bit there, so just be careful with your hands because it does seep through and you don't want to burn yourself with any hot glue. I'm going to fill this jar with some fun little things. I found these paper straws at Dollar Tree and they had so many fun different designs. Now the ones that I'm actually going to put into this jar, I'm not going to use for an actual straw. They're just for decor purposes only. So if you are going to use them, now the ones that I'm keeping out I will use, but the ones that I'm putting in there, just note whatever you put in here, you want to be food safe since it's going to be next to your straws and if you drink out of them. So I have this little balloon holder that came from Dollar Tree and I love these little red, white, and blue stars on there. And then this little like metallic grass looking stuff that's red and blue and silver. It just reminded me of like the stuff coming out of the end of a firecracker. So I am just filling all this in around those paper straws to kind of give like a little bit of a thriller, like a big, like exciting top to our tiered tray. And there's also this little colored coral. I think they call it coral from Dollar Tree. It's very glittery. And this is the stuff that I was really like, okay, you definitely don't want to drink out of the straws because this is going to get glitter all over them. And who wants to drink glitter? Ew. Anyway, so I just cut off like a stem from each of the red, white, and blue and just kind of place it in just to kind of have it be really showy and really just over the top, if you will. At the end of the video, I will show you, I have a 3-tiered tray I put everything on, but I think this is going to be perfect and I love how easy this was. Today's video is a part of the 5 Under 5 DIY challenge that I am hosting. My guest host is Alicia from Lavender and Lace. Alicia is a fantastic channel. If you've never checked out her channel, you're going to love her DIYs. Not only is she informative and makes beautiful DIYs, but she literally has the most soothing voice to listen to. I love to just sit back and relax and see her beautiful creations, listen to her beautifully soothing voice, and it's just a wonderful experience. So definitely check out Alicia's channel. Now for the 5 Under 5 challenge, we have several creators joining myself and Alicia today. We have a lot of different patriotic stars and stripes decor. So if you want to see more, all you have to do is click on the link that is in my description box, or I will pin it in my comments so it's easy for you to find. When you click on that link, it's just going to take you right over to the playlist and begin playing through the videos, and you can sit back and enjoy and have some DIY fun and get all of the patriotic inspiration that you need. Let's get right back into the DIYs, and thank you again to Alicia from Lavender and Lace for guest hosting with me this month. Now this is the wind chime kit that I used the little circle piece out of earlier. I am just going to take my little piece of America here, and at first I thought, because it's got a lot of writing on the front, I'll flip it over and use the back. You guys, it didn't even dawn on me that like it's not going to be facing the right direction until I finished sanding this and was looking at it going, oh wait, I have to have it facing this way. That's kind of just, you know, the correct way, I guess. Anyway, so there's a lot of writing on there. It would have been so much to sand off, and I wanted to do kind of a natural wood look, but instead I'm just going to paint it white. So I'm going to kind of use like a reverse stencil technique on here. So you can use stickers from Dollar Tree. You can just do regular stencils if you want to. You can leave it blank. I did use my Cricut and cut out, this was from Cricut's Design Space. I just typed in actually land that I love, and this little design came right up, and so I just sized it to the right shape there and then cut that out. So I'm going to put that on. It doesn't matter what kind of vinyl you're using. You can just use Dollar Tree vinyl to do it if you want to. That works great. I can't remember if that's what I use here or not, but I'm going to split this in half, and I'm going to do half of it blue and half of it red. So I just use a pouncing motion up and down with my little sponge brush here, making sure that there's not a whole ton of paint on my little sponge brush here, but enough for coverage. And I do end up doing 2 coats on each side of this. After the blue side dries, I just take off the painter's tape and I place it back down on top of the blue paint and then paint the red side so it gives a clean line there. Once both sides have dried completely, you just go back in with your weeding tool or whatever you use, and you're just going to peel back those letters, and it's just going to reveal that white paint underneath and the letters here, like you can see here. I think it turns out really well. I don't know what it would have looked like with the natural wood color. This was kind of a happy accident, I guess, because I really like the way that the white letters pop against the red and the blue. So, and you can just see those peel off very easily, and just any kind of stickers, letter stickers that you do would work as well. You could also use printing on tissue paper. I mean, I have gone over in my videos so many different techniques to do if you don't have access to a Cricut. So there are definitely options to do different things on here. Now, I love to distress things, and so I go over everything and distress it. I did a collaboration with my friend Favi a couple of days ago, and she did some patriotic decor and mentioned that when she distresses things for patriotic, it reminds her of the hardship that we've gone through as America and how that's what makes us stronger. And I really love that analogy with the distressing, and so that's kind of what I was thinking of when I did that. Now, I just take some of these cute little beads that I had. You can buy some at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to feed them through because there was a hole on either end of this, and I just thought it would be cute to make a little beaded garland. And I just make a tassel out of a bunch of different baker's twine, the red and blue. I had some white jute and some regular jute, and just made a cute little tassel. I love to spray tassels after you make them and straighten them out. It relaxes them and makes them very straight, and so that way you don't kind of get the little ski-wampus little things flying everywhere. So I just tie that onto the end of this, and that's really all there is to this. This might actually be one of my favorite projects from today. I love how this turned out. I've seen cute little signs at Hobby Lobby that have said this, and I just think it's darling. Whether you put it on a tiered tray or hanging from a little plant like this, I just think it is the perfect red, white, and blue. I love the saying on it, and I just think it's absolutely darling. This right here is more of a hack than a DIY, but we'll call it both. But they have these little garden stake things for your planters at Dollar Tree. They're tin metal. They're super cute. They have lots of different designs. Now you can easily use some little cutters as I showed there, but you can kind of watch how easy it is to pry this off. You just bend it back and forth, and that metal is very flimsy and it will break, but you just want to be careful not to bend your original design. So you don't have to put these in your planters or your garden. You can do all sorts of things with them. I have glued them to canvases before to make cute signs, but I'm just going to use some of the tumbling tower blocks, and I am just going to glue onto the bottom of each of these so that way they can stand on our tiered tray. I thought they were just so cute, and I mean, I'm loving the little patriotic truck that they have. That is so cute. And I did find these this week at Dollar Tree, and a lot of these DIYs that I'm doing today, all of them, I found all of the stuff this week. So if you hurry, you can probably find all of this stuff and recreate any of these. So I just carefully glue those onto the back there, and they just stand up so cute. I just think they're so fun, and it's such you would pay a lot of money for these rather than just $1, I feel like. Anyway, what do you guys think of this hack? Do you like it or not? I found this little arrow this week at Dollar Tree when I was there, and I thought it was so cute, and I'm going to make it like a little house. Now, if you've watched me for any length of time, you know that when I do tiered trays, I love to do little house shapes. I feel like you get to decorate them really cute, embellish them. It's a way to bring in some pattern and some color to your tiered tray. So I'm just using this little piece of paper. It came from Hobby Lobby. It's double-sided. It was in one of those packs of paper. It was like a 4th of July themed pack of paper. And I'm just going to trace out my design and cut it out. Now, I have seen house shapes at Dollar Tree before, and I have used them in some of my videos. I just didn't see any on this particular day that I went. I found this arrow and thought it would be really cute to kind of turn it on its side. So I fixed this, or put this glue, it's just the Elmer's purple school glue, the glue stick, and I just used that to put the craft paper onto it. I love using this kind of glue to put craft paper onto surfaces. I feel like it holds really well. It gives a really good bond without any of the wrinkling or anything that you can get. It doesn't moisten the paper enough that it's going to wrinkle or ripple or anything. And then I always sand my edges, and then I did decide to put the reverse side of the paper on the back side of my house, so that way this is going to go on the top of my tiered tray. If you were to see it from behind, it would look like it belonged, if that makes sense. And then really quick, I just want to mention, I did go around the edge with a little bit of antiquing wax on a baby wipe just around the edges, so it wasn't like a completely raw edge. Now I have this little wooden circle piece. It came from a little wind chime kit that came with the shape of like America, like the US on there, and then some little pieces. And so it had this little round piece in it. So I'm just taking that round piece out. That's how I got that. So you could use whatever shape of tag you wanted to. I'm just going to have this hang down from, you can see I've got some baker's twine there. So I'm going to have this hang down from our little house. Now, I do the same process with this, with the school glue and sanding, and I go around the edge with the antiquing wax, and then it already had holes drilled into it, so I just use those holes to feed the baker's twine through, and then I just wrap it around. The red and white baker's twine, I feel, really sets off with this cute little blue pattern on the stars, and then the little red tag I think is really, really cute. Now, Dollar Tree does have baker's twine, and I have bought a lot there. I feel like sometimes you can get a better deal on just the traditional red baker's twine, the red and white on Amazon. I can link that below if you want. I'll put that down there. But I have bought like a little spool of the blue, which I have here. So I'm just showing you that I ended up wrapping some of the blue in with the red there to make this little finger bow. And I'm just going to glue that onto the top here. Now, we need to have a conversation for a minute. I have loved using Dollar Tree's rub-on transfer, but I'm going to warn you right now, these were awful. I threw them in the trash after this, but I thought I would just show you. I thought it would be really cute to have that gold freedom on that tag. I thought that was super cute. These are like a foiled transfer, and I have seen some other people use them, and they have said the same thing, that they're really hard to get to transfer. I thought I would give it a try. I thought, you know what, I can do this. I'm going to you got to do it really hard. I tried with my little craft stick. I tried with my Cricut tool that you saw there. And this is what happens. I pull it up. It didn't transfer all the way. It ripped the paper. I mean, I had sat there and done this for like 5 minutes straight of trying to get that to transfer. So this was kind of a fail, but I thought I would show you anyway. Maybe it was the surface I was doing it on. A ceramic surface might be better. But you can see I literally just threw my hands up. I was done. So now I'm just sitting there like, what do I do? Anyway, I decided I have these little tags that also came from Dollar Tree. They're little chalkboard tags, and it had like a little clip onto the back. I just took the clip off, and I just decided to write USA with a chalk marker on there. And then I'm just going to glue that on the front of the tag. It's going to cover up the area where it ripped the paper, and I think it still looks really cute. But I think this little house turns out darling. What do you guys think of this? Do you like it? Is it your style? I can't wait for you guys to see it on top of the tiered tray. At Dollar Tree, you get these 4 foam dice in a pack for $1.25 now, and I'm going to use them instead of the wooden blocks. The wooden blocks would be $1 a piece, but they are much easier to paint, I want you to know. But I'm just showing you that I'm going to paint 1 red or 1 white and 1 blue. And these take several coats to cover up those little dice on there. So just know if you want something that's a little quicker, it is a little bit more expensive but much easier to paint, you can definitely use the wooden blocks, or maybe you have some, but the foam dice work just as well. It just takes a little time to paint. So after I get all of my paint on there, they have these little letters. They're little metal letters at Dollar Tree. You have to buy the first 13 letters of the alphabet in one pack and the second 13 letters of the alphabet in the second pack. And of course, if you're going to do USA, you have to have both packages. So anyway, I thought it was cute, and I'll use the letters for something else. But I just pull out those cute little letters there, and then I'm just going to use some hot glue to glue these onto our little cubes here. The hot glue ended up working fine. If you had a fine tip hot glue gun, it would probably work a little bit better, but maybe even try some super glue or something. I just felt like the glue kind of seeped out a little bit, but from far away on the tiered tray, you can't tell at all. So here we go. I think these look really cute. I love the red, white, and blue. You can stack these on top of one another if you would like to. Very simple and very easy. I found this cute little guy just in the craft section at Dollar Tree. There was only a couple of him left, so I don't know how easy or hard he's going to be to find, but I thought he was really cute. And I don't typically do gnomes, but I did one on one of the tiered trays I did in the springtime, and you guys all went crazy and loved it. So I thought I would give it another try. And I feel like when you're doing like holiday themed decor on a tiered tray, you can kind of get away being a little whimsical with gnomes and stuff, even if they're not totally your style. I think they're definitely cute. So I'm just going to do some red, white, and blue. I thought with the little stars on his hat would look really cute being painted blue. So I just do his little shirt red, and then I do his hat blue, and of course I'll just do his beard white. Do you guys decorate for 4th of July much? I feel like even if you don't like to put a lot of red, white, and blue up, or maybe you put a little bit up, having like even just a tiered tray up for the summer or something adds that really fun patriotic feel. And I just love that. So that's why I thought I would show you guys these ideas today. Now his cute little nose, I'm just painting with some folk art acrylic paint. It is this little seashell. Oh my gosh, I can't say that. That's a tongue twister. Now I've lost my train of thought. Anyway, that's the color of pink it is. So pause that if you need to know. And then it has these little detailed stars on his little hat here. This was probably the hardest part for me because I was so afraid I was going to go out of the little cutout line that was there. And so I just used a really stiff brush to do this. So even maybe like a dotting tool, like the smallest size of like a nail dotting tool or something like that might work. But I just took my time and went really slow from far away. And then I just put some antiquing wax on the base and then wipe it off with a baby wipe. Now this was where I looked at him and realized that if I put some mouse ears on him, he would look just like Sorcerer Mickey from Fantasia. Took me a minute to think of that. But anyway, I thought it was really cute. But I like Mickey, so it's okay. So I just put that little white sheen on his nose. I thought that was really cute and added a little bit of dimension there. And this is totally out of my element. You guys know that I don't typically do this kind of painting. So I was just kind of playing around and thought I would try to do like a little stitching look or something, like a little line and then a dot up the sides of his hat. I thought that would add just a little bit more visual interest. The stars were really cute, but it did look a little bare to me. So I just went ahead and did this, and I actually really like how it turned out. And you can see how easy that was to go over the top of the hat like that there. And so I just do this. And then once I did that, I ended up going around his cute little shirt and gave him a couple little polka dots on his shirt too. I didn't know if I should do anything with the beard. I didn't know if I should go in like with a black or a gray or anything. So I just left it kind of plain, like it was just a big bushy gnome beard. I thought it was cute. And as I was doing this, I thought he would be so cute to put on the sign that said like Gnome of the Brave or something instead of Home of the Brave. Kind of a cute little thing there. Anyways, I really like how he turns out. He's super cute. I'm very proud of myself for going out of my element and doing something like this. And I would love to know what you guys think. And last time I did a gnome, I asked you guys to name him and you guys came up with some of the most fantastic gnome names. So what would you name this little patriotic gnome guy? I was maybe thinking Sam for Uncle Sam with his big white beard, but I would love to know the name that you would give me, or just let me know down in the comments what your idea would be. Thank you so much for joining me for today's 5 Under 5 video. These are such fun projects to do for the 4th of July. Sometimes I leave my 4th of July decor all the way up through Labor Day. I've started with Memorial Day. I just love having the red, white, and blue. It feels like such a summer feel, and it is so fun. And I love that all of these items I was able to pick up at Dollar Tree and use them to create each of my different DIYs here. Do you have a favorite from today? Let me know down in the comments. Remember to check out the playlist that's linked in my description box as well as pinned in my comments. And check out everybody's video and tell them all hello. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting! If you like the video that you just saw and you want to keep crafting together, here's another video that you might enjoy. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.